Hey everybody, Dale from Dale Dumps It Down here. I want to talk to you about this cool thing called TikTok. All the kids are doing it nowadays.
The cool kids are doing it.
TikTok's a great platform for kids to express themselves and to make connections with some of their friends. But it's also something that we as parents should be kind of concerned about, right? Before I dive into some of my helpful tips when it comes to TikTok, I want to make sure that we get all the YouTube stuff out of the way, like click that notification, smash this, click that, do all the stuff. It actually helps us here with the YouTube algorithm. It helps us to be ranked a little bit higher, and therefore we can continue to create more content and better content. Now, back to this TikTok thing. TikTok is extremely popular. How popular? Well, a recent study shows that 32.9% of its users are from the ages of 10 to 19. Okay, if that one doesn't scare you, try this one on for size. It's estimated that kids from the ages of 4, what's a 4-year-old doing on TikTok? Anyway, kids from the ages of 4 all the way up to 19 are spending almost 80 minutes a day on the platform. Holy cow, that's almost an hour and a half. Now, the challenges that companies have is trying to brand their information or their product, right? And where are they going to go to do it? Well, they're going to go where all the kids are hanging out. And that happens to be TikTok as of right now. And one of the big reasons why TikTok is so popular is because it's designed for the mobile platform. Not to say that there aren't other social media networks, but TikTok is just real fast as far as content is concerned. Now, as a parent, you need to be concerned about the amount of time that your kid is staying on these platforms, not just TikTok, but all of them combined. And in particular, you need to be worried about who are they in contact with? Are they really their friends? Does your child actually have 900 friends? Now, TikTok does offer some safety features for kids, but just like everything else we learn about with technology, there's always a possibility that somebody can get around that, including your kids. Now, some of the features I want to talk to you about today only work if you, the parent, involve the family pairing feature. Just as a sidebar, before we get into those features, you do need to know about when your child hooks up their TikTok account, that by default, TikTok goes through and says only certain ages can do certain things. For example, if they're under the age of 13, they can watch videos, but they can't search for any comments. They can't post their own videos or have followers. In fact, their data isn't collected. At least that's what they want us to believe. If your child is between the ages of 13 and 15, they lift the restrictions a little bit, but not a whole lot. The default is that the accounts are still listed as private, which means nobody can just search for your kid and find them. Only friends can see them and make comments to them. Nobody can use the duet or stitch features of TikTok. If some of you are thinking duet, this isn't karaoke, Dale, or stitch, I'm not sewing, it's a little bit different on TikTok. But we'll talk about that in another video about these features. It's kind of cool. And the last thing for this group is that users can't receive or send direct messages to another user. And finally, we have ages 16 through 17. These particular users can have public accounts and they can live stream, send direct messages, but they can't buy or send or receive any digital gifts. Yeah, that's a new one for you, right? Digital gifts is a way that people who watch your content on TikTok can donate money. It's kind of amazing. A lot of kids and folks are making some bank on TikTok doing that, but they've got to be in that age group. Anything over the age of 17 or 18 and above, basically, it's wide open. And when I say wide open, there's content on TikTok that isn't filtered. Yeah, but Dale, you said something about the family pairing mode. Okay, listen, we need to set this up, and I'm going to show you how to do this. First of all, you as a parent have to have a TikTok account. I know, I'm forcing you into the TikTok world. Actually, the world and your kids and their social media is forcing you into the TikTok world. But I want you to open up the TikTok account on your device. You're going to go to your profile, which is that little person icon down in the bottom right-hand corner. We'll then go through and hit the 3 slashes up at the top right-hand corner. We sometimes call this the hamburger menu. From there, we're going to select settings, and then we're going to scroll down and select family pairing. Hit continue. We then select who is using this particular TikTok account. You want to be the parent, so you're going to choose parent. A QR code is then going to appear. Now you need to switch over to your kid's account using their device. You're going to do the same thing. You're going to go to their profile, hit that hamburger menu or the 3 slashes, go to settings, select family pairing. Hey, this seems kind of familiar, doesn't it?
This looks strangely familiar.
Select teen, and then scan the QR code that's being displayed on your device. You'll need to select which child's account that you're going to be monitoring. Now you can go through and just adjust the settings based off your liking. You may want to look at one of my favorite features, which is the healthy screen limits with TikTok. Now, just another sidebar here for you. TikTok, its minimum is 40 minutes. I have this tendency of looking at exposure to social media and some of the tools that I use to monitor my kid or control my child's screen time is I group it all together. He gets an hour and a half a day of social media, maybe 2 hours. Again, you're going to want to kind of see how your kids react and how they feel about that. Have that conversation with them, and that's key. We'll talk about that here in just a second. Seconds up. Most pediatricians recommend that kids be active for at least 15 minutes for every hour of on-screen time. What does that mean? Well, that means, hey, let's go out and go run around the tree a couple times. I don't know. Run around the yard, mow the yard, do the dishes, go see a friend, do something. Now, some parents, and I might say they are smart parents, they will use this particular hack to work with their children. Hey, you want an extra 15 minutes? I don't know, do another chore, take out the trash, rub my feet. No, I wouldn't have them do that. But you get the picture, right? Have them earn extra time if they want. Now, as far as the limitations of screen time, most pediatricians actually recommend a maximum of 2 hours a day. And that's not including schoolwork and activities. What do you mean by that, Dale? Well, what I mean by that is if they're using TikTok, maybe they're with some friends and they're trying to figure out how to bake a cake because they see a great recipe on TikTok, then yeah, that's kind of educational. TikTok is loaded with content of how-tos, interesting hacks. I've learned quite a bit from a gentleman who does crazy things with WD-40. So that kind of content, maybe you might consider not counting against their time limits, but that's going to require you to monitor that. There's no tool or setting that's going to help you monitor that particular situation. So the key takeaway here is just to set healthy TikTok limits. I'm going to rephrase that, social media limits with the context of what they're viewing. Now, one of the things that we here at Dale Dumbs It Down are a big fan of is when we make adjustments and we come up with rules, we need to have a conversation with our kid. And the reason why we need to do that is because they are growing up in an environment where technology surrounds them. Most of us have actually seen the evolution of technology. Great example. I grew up seeing the evolution of the microwave. And now most of you don't remember a life without a microwave. Same concept here. Our kids are growing up, very young ages, being exposed to digital devices. So trying to deny them of that is actually a detriment to the world they live in. It's actually going to take some time to create a culture where your teen learns to leverage technology and media for good. It's very easy to do it to waste time. Now, some of you may be in an environment or a situation where technology is controlling your family instead of you controlling technology. And I get it. Listen, when I first got on TikTok, the time-space continuum accelerated like crazy. 1 minute was 9 p.m., the next minute was 12 a.m. And I had no idea where the time went. And that's when I knew I got a problem. So welcome to the club. In fact, welcome to parenting in the 21st century. And listen, we're not all going to get it straight the first time or correct the first time, but at least we're trying, and trying makes an impact. Again, our goal here, whether it's TikTok or Instagram, Facebook, Fortnite, even Call of Duty, is to work with technology so that it can empower our lives and not control it. And we can do that through effective communication with our teens, where we build that culture of a home with openness and happiness and empowerment. Now, I told you, we here at Dale Dumbs It Down are a big fan of communication, and it's important that we have conversations with our kids about online safety and the importance of not sharing personal information with strangers. As an ethical hacker, that's actually one of the most important things we can teach our kids is not to give away too much just to become popular. We should also remind them that we shouldn't be meeting up with anybody that we meet online. Because do we really know that the person that's representing themselves as, I don't know, a teenager is really a teenager? Have that conversation, please. And hey, listen, if you're worried about your kids' TikTok activity, just grab their phone. We do it all the time here at the Dale Dumbs It Down home. And I do a phone audit. My wife does them too. Well, with TikTok, you can go into the profile and under this settings, you can look at their history, what videos they've been watching. Be aware, they can clear that if they're smart. But remember, I'm trying to make you smarter. If you're under the age of 18 and you're watching this video, this is not the video you were looking for. So now you don't know. Listen, I know this is a lot of information for you to wade through, but technically, that's what we signed up for when we hand a phone or a tablet to our children. We would never hand anything over to our kids that was dangerous without giving them some type of training or learning. I mean, think about it. Would you hand them a knife without teaching them how to cut their own food, right? You've seen that at the very beginning. It's kind of a disaster, especially with a fork. Would you give them the keys to the car without any type of lessons? What about give them access to a swimming pool without swimming lessons? Or even a baseball bat? Have you seen what kind of damage a kid can do with a baseball bat in the house? All these things that we introduce into their lives, we give them instruction on and monitor them until they prove that they know what they're doing.
I've been watching you your whole life.
And even then, sometimes it's not enough. But the phone is no different here. Listen, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please share it with your friends and your family. If you didn't, this isn't the Dale Dumbs It Down channel. It's Fred's YouTube channel. While you're at it, do me a favor and go ahead and leave some comments if you've got some helpful tips that you think other parents might enjoy hearing about, things that have solved issues with technology in your life. As for me, I'm out. Until next time, be safe and smart.